Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to Draw 2. My name is Ramny, and this is another episode of How to Draw. Here in this channel, I help you develop your drawing skills by showing you how to draw your favorite characters from movies, TV shows, comics, books, and video games. If this is your first time here and you want to see more tutorial videos like this one, be sure to press that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon to get notified anytime that I upload a brand new tutorial video. Are you ready to draw? Here are the tools that you'll need for this tutorial. You'll need a pencil, an eraser, any type of white paper, and black ink pens with different size nibs for inking. As you're watching this tutorial, remember that you can pause this video at any time so that you can catch up on your drawings. If you still find that this video is going way too fast, you can always hit that speed button at the bottom right to slow it down. We all draw at different speeds, so find a pace that works for you and stick to it. Also, if your drawings look a little different than mine, that is completely fine as well. Having said all of that, let's get right to the tutorial. Well, as you guys can see, I've got my paper in landscape mode for Godzilla. We are going to be drawing him. He's fairly lengthy. He's going to go pretty long this way. So we're going to start off by drawing the head here at the top left. And I'm going to first draw, I guess, a circle is the safest thing. And he's going to be massive. And his head is tiny compared to his body. So what we need to do is we need to draw a tiny little circle, even tinier than what I just drew. Like, I'm thinking very tiny, like this. Okay. So look at that in comparison to the rest of the, of everything, and you guys should have an idea of how big he is going to get. So from here, I'm going to draw the snout. It comes out this way, kind of like a dog, and then diagonal, and then this goes back in like this. So now we've got like the general shape of the face or the head. Now we're going to take this and we're going to go from here and start drawing a massive, massive neck. So it gets really tiny here at the top, and it gets wider and wider as you go. Okay, so this one goes this way and this one goes this way. Now over here, right around here, I'm going to start drawing the upper body, and the upper body is going to be, well, first I'm going to draw a curve like this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the back, and I'm going to draw a circle about this big right around there. So this circle is a little bit flattened, like I would draw the circle about here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it a little bit so it's kind of more of a, like an egg shape, I suppose. So that's what that looks like right there. Okay, from there, I'm going to draw a line going here. So imagine this line kind of going through down here, and he's going to have a lower body. And the lower body, I'm going to draw a circle, another one. And it's going to be about a slightly, just very slightly bigger than the top circle. So it looks like this. All right. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to draw the tail going this way, up this way, and then a little bit of a zigzag going like this. There you go. Now I'm going to take this same one. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make it a little bit thicker. I want him to start getting super, super wide as you get to like this part. And then this part of the tail is really thick, and it gets narrow really fast. And it gets narrower even until you get to this point right there. So that shouldn't be too hard, you guys. Now you want to make sure that you've got this curve right here, like he's leaning forward. Actually, you might even want to lean his head even more forward. But there you go. Okay, right around here, we're going to draw the arm. Here's the shoulder. And then from the shoulder, I'm going to draw a line, two lines going down. And here's the forearm. Forearm's going to come out like this. Cut it off right there. And then this goes one. I'm going to make an M shape. And then from here, this goes up, makes the palm. It looks like that. So that's the main arm. Okay, going over here, you don't see the shoulder. We do see a little bit of the arm. And then right here, forearm. To about there. Let's zoom in. From here, this curves like this, goes up, and then find a point right here, make another triangle, a curved one. It kind of makes this curve. Okay, right here, the thumb kind of goes like that, and then this goes back up to the forearm. So there you go. Now let's work on the legs. The legs are going to start right here. Okay, and then the knee is going to be right around here. So let me draw a circle for the knee. Here's the upper thigh, and the bottom thigh is going to go kind of where this bottom of the curve of the circle is going to be. Okay, so right here is the upper thigh, here's the lower thigh. Right here and here, I'll draw 2 lines going down. Okay, so you don't want the bottom of the leg to go too far down from the tail. So this is probably a good spot for it, actually. So that's going to be the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw that curve, and then this goes like this. Here's one little clawed foot, another claw, another long sharp toenail, and another one right here. Tiny one. All right, now let's go over here, do the same thing. It's going to go this way. Knee's going to be right here, back of the foot. And it kind of just goes like this. So imagine this one going right here as well. This goes in and then out like that. One little claw, second one, third one, and then the rest is just the foot. So once you have that, you guys, that is the basic shape for Godzilla. You've pretty much got the gist of it. We're just going to erase some of these guidelines now. And we'll start working on the details. And the details is where we want to focus our time and effort in. Okay, so there is Godzilla. Let's zoom in on the head. Let's get that iconic dragon look. Now, Godzilla's got a different look over the years, and he's gotten bigger and quite fatter, to be honest, with a smaller head. But they all kind of have that similar look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase the top part, and this right here I'm going to draw this way, and then from here it's going to be the top of the head, like the ridge, flows kind of smoothly from here to the neck. Now I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to create this kind of a eye socket from here, goes this way, and then here goes up, goes there, and then it goes like that. Within there, we're going to draw some tiny Godzilla eyes. I'm going to draw it in a half circle. Now, him being a lizard, he's going to have some scales. So those are some scales right there. Now let's get the nose right. The nose is going to kind of look like a crocodile's, where it kind of makes a bump at the end, and a little dip or a little mark like that for the nostril. Okay, it goes in like this, and then right here I'm going to draw a line going straight just a little bit past the eye. Here's the eye, line goes there. Okay, and then I bring it forward again like that. Here's the chin, it just works its way back, and right here it's going to have some sharp teeth. There you go. Okay, this kind of goes back this way, makes its way up this way, and then towards the face, and it kind of just goes like that. Okay, now he's going to have a lot of scaly details, and that's where we're going to draw a lot of these wrinkles and things like that. So here's some scales, wrinkles right here. There you go. So that's pretty much all we have for like Godzilla's face. Okay, now we're gonna divide this into a couple of lines. This goes this way, and here goes this way, and we're gonna start making another line, kind of starting from here, going out across like that. Okay, and the reason why we're doing that is because we are going to start adding some scales. This part is the throat, and I'm going to draw it like this, kind of up to here, and this is where we have shoulder. So imagine a shoulder going over here. The shoulder kind of goes this way, and then it goes up like that. Okay, more scales. So imagine just a layer going on top of another layer, like that. And then right here, same thing, going all the way to the top. Now, this isn't smooth, so I'm going to erase it, but I still see the guideline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw these scales for now. You notice that these scales are kind of L-shaped, backwards L. These are kind of backwards C-shaped, and these are just curved lines. And I do that on purpose because I kind of want them to look different from each other. Okay, now when you reach the edge, what you want to do is you want to make those scales look like one is on top of the other, like that. And then I do the same thing over here. Scales over here, one on top of the other. So it looks very segmented. Okay. On the shoulder, imagine here being really scaly and sun-baked and sharp. So I've got some sharpness to it. So it goes like that. So there's the shoulder. I'm going to draw right here. I'm kind of going to draw the center clavicle, I guess you could say. So here's the center part. And then right here is the chest. And here's the other chest. So imagine just it looking, starting from here, going out this way. Hashtag Godzilla chest. There you go. There you go. Okay, and then a bunch of circles, just at random places, random sizes, for scales. All right, now let's draw this arm. It does that. No bicep or anything. It's not like he works out. Here's the bit of the shoulder. And then this goes back this way. And then now we're going to draw a bunch of scales going this way. And these scales are kind of, they look kind of different. And the way that I'm doing them is kind of like a bricks, but not really. You know how you design brick houses? It looks like that. And then it sort of fades back into these scaly surface. There you go. Kind of looks like a shoulder pads. And then right here, V's. And right here, really rough texturing. Some wrinkles right here. More V's on this side. Okay, rough texturing here and here. Wrinkles, kind of similar to here. But on this side, circles and ovals in different shapes. I mean, seriously, Godzilla has so many textures, it's ridiculous. But I guess that's what happens if you are mutated. Okay, right here I'm going to draw the circles this way. And then I'm going to draw the arms. The fingers are going to have these lines in between that look like this. And then I'm just drawing this for effect. Those are like the bones. And then here's like the webbed fingers. Imagine his fingers are webbed. There you go. Let's do the same thing on this arm here. Wrinkles here. And then some more of that scaly effect. Rough texturing here as well. Okay, now over here, scales, and then the fingers they have these lines. Okay, at the edges of them, there's actually a fingernails. So it looks like that. I guess I could do that over here as well. There you go. So we've got that part of Godzilla. Then, mind you, this is the easy part. The back part is where we're going to have some tricky stuff. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we did this initial line that goes this way. Make it go out a little bit further. right around here is where it kind of goes the highest. So imagine a line going from here, going up to there. This is where you want this line to be highest, okay? And then it goes back down over here, and then makes its way down all the way to this point. And of course, that's going to be the guidelines we're going to be using for the sharp protrusions that come out of his back. Okay, let's continue. Before we do the back, let's do the legs, this bottom of the body, and the bottom of the tail. Sorry, I just burped. All right, so let's get started. Let's do the leg first. And the leg is going to be like a dinosaur leg. So imagine like a rhino skin or dinosaur skin. Of course, no one here really knows what dinosaur skin looks like, but I imagine this is what it would look like. So what I'm doing is I'm doing these uneven looking curvy S shapes just above the knee here. And then once we get to the knee, I'm not going to draw the circle of the knee, but I'm going to make them look like wrinkles. And then the knee is going to look like a bunch of little lines going across like this. Very random wavy lines. Okay, and then I'm going to continue these lines here. And then I'm going to make these look like they're individual pieces. So you guys can see it's very rough, like it's one on top of the other layering, similar to what I did over here. So I do that right there. And then I do the same thing down on this side. Okay. Now, here it's going to be some very similar to like what we did over here, but a lot bigger. And some of those scales are big, some of them are tiny, very random. And it just keeps going and going. Don't make it too even. If it's too even, it doesn't look right. It has to look unnaturally uneven, if that even makes any sense. Okay, right here, we're going to start drawing some rough textures. And they will look like ocean waves, but really, really sharp looking ocean waves. Okay, so start here, and I make my way this way, and then I create a whole bunch of layers of them. I'm going to do 3 layers. So there's the first layer. I erase the main guideline for the back. I'm going to draw a second layer right here, just very randomly placing a whole bunch of sharp protrusions. So that's what that looks like. And then the third layer is going to start right here. And this third layer is going to, of course, be the highest. And they look like this. There you go. So that's what that looks like. And then right here, this is going to be like rocky texture. Let me see what I can do with this. Okay, let's start right here by drawing a whole bunch of wrinkles. Okay, within this circle that we did in the upper body, just a whole bunch of wrinkles going up like that. So you kind of see this circle here. Some really tough hide, and then underneath that is just a whole bunch of scales, circles. Over here, some wrinkles, and wrinkles over here as well. Okay, now let's go over here. Let's give this guy some rough texturing going across like that. So this is, of course, like the lower body. And here is going to be a ridge. There's going to be a little bit of like some bone or something right here that goes this way. And imagine this just going this way. Just a bunch of lines going like that. And then right here, same thing, just more lines. But it changes directions this time. There you go. Okay, so that's what that looks like right now. So I'm hoping that you guys are starting to see all the details coming together. Okay, right here, I'm going to add some extras where I see there's a little bit of space. Just going to add some more spiky protrusions. There. Okay, let's go to this foot and this foot. Okay, same thing over here. Now we're going to draw some scales, randomly shaped. And they kind of look like this, where we have the knee, a bunch of wrinkles and lines going across. And then of course right here, it's going to be rough texturing. So it looks like that. Now over here, I'm going to draw that line. And I'm going to start drawing some wrinkles right here in the back, kind of like rhino hide. Okay. Scales. More rhino, or more scales over here, just some lines going this way. But on the back it's pretty smooth. Well, not really smooth, it looks like this. So you just keep working your way down. Okay, once you get here, same thing. And then once you get to the toes, first you want to draw the claws, talons, whatever you call them, sharp toenails. 1, 2, 3 goes this way. Okay, and then some wrinkles around those toenails. And then just make those wrinkles protrude out. Add some more scales, and there you go. Now let's do the same thing over here. Of course, this is all very like by choice. So if you want to add some scales here, feel free to do so. If you want to add some different texture that I don't really do on my drawing, feel free to do that as well, because this is all, like, Godzilla's been drawn so many different ways over the years that you really can't go wrong. Just don't make him smooth. Okay, here's one toe, another toe, third toe, and the fourth toe kind of goes like this. Okay, I'm going to draw some wrinkles around those toes. And then kind of work their way up. Some scales right here. There you go. That's what that looks like. Now let's go over to the bottom of this. So we're going to find a spot here. And this kind of just goes down this way and kind of ends right here. So this part of the tail is going to be a different texture than this part right here. So actually, let's continue this all the way to the tip. Here, it's going to be a whole bunch of wrinkles. That's very, very random, and they curve like this. And they're pretty scaly. So I'm going to draw these random circles again. Okay, and then also rough textures. Looks like that, never smooth. And then it just keeps going and going till you reach to this point where it starts to look more like this right here. Okay, all the way to the very end, and give him some like rattlesnake type tip that looks like that. Okay, and then here you can start segmenting it. But over here, you don't do that. Now you do the same thing on the top. There you go. So that's the tip. Now over here, let's draw some spikes. So let's continue this, and let's just draw some very, very sharp looking spikes until you get to this point where it sort of starts to look uniform. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a whole bunch of these scales, big ones, small ones. Okay, let's go back over here. We're going to find the more spikes going up and down, sharper this time, very jagged. There you go. And then lastly, we left out the biggest spikes of all. So there's my Godzilla. And we're going to start with this super huge looking spike here. It kind of looks like a flame. Looks like that. That's the biggest one. Okay, so we're going to work our way down, backwards. So there's another one. You don't want to make these look uniform, so you want to make sure that each of these spiky looking things, I've drawn 3 now, they need to look different from each other. You don't want them to look the same. Okay, there's one more there. And then here is the second one. So those are the main spikes, but what we're going to do is we're going to layer it. There's going to be another layer of spikes right behind that. And it's going to look like this. And then here, I'm going to draw it like that. And then here, just like this. Not much there. And then we're going to continue it right here. So the front layer, so we did the back layer here. One, that's the back layer, back layer. Now let's do the front layer over here. It starts to get small again. There's one there. 2. That kind of looks like shark's teeth. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the front layer. I'm going to draw the back layer now. Right there, 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 and there. And once you have that, you guys, I mean, you could keep going and keep adding more textures to Godzilla. Can't really go wrong. But once you have all of those details, that's pretty much all that we have for Godzilla. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and hope you enjoyed. And that is all the time that we have today. Thank you for watching all the way to the very end of this tutorial video. I hope your drawings turned out great. If you guys are proud of your drawings, I would love to see them. So please head on over to Instagram and tag me with your pictures so that I can see them, or head on over to Google+ and post your artwork there for everybody to enjoy. If you are curious about the equipment that I use to make my videos or to do my tutorials, I have a link to those in the description below. And if you feel like being extra generous, I have links below for different ways that you can support this channel. First is my Patreon at patreon.com/drawit2. Check it out to find out more about the rewards you get for becoming my patron. Next, I have official Draw2 merchandise that you can purchase, such as t-shirts, mugs, and mouse pads. And finally, you can purchase some of my art prints in my online store at draw2.storeenvy.com. Your contributions go a long way in making sure that content creators like myself are supported so that we can continue making good stuff like this for you guys free of charge. If you guys did like this tutorial, it would help me a great deal. Also, if you liked this video, commented below or shared this with your friends in social media. And speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and on my website, drawit2.com, where you can download a whole bunch of coloring pages from the tutorials that are on this channel. Again, you guys, all of these links are down in the description below. Finally, thank you once again for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial video.